Ronan Soul 75 from Indianapolis.
Peace.
Yes, sir. Peace.
Chat room.
What's going on, people?
What's going on? What's going on, baby?
I'm good, man. Just I've checked in the shows a couple of times, and I enjoyed what I've learned from you guys. And I'm a freshman in the game, but I'm still learning.
Oh,
cool.
That's what's up, man. We learning too, man.
Yeah. And we learn a lot from you guys, man. I mean, you know, we all in this together, man.
No doubt.
We all in this together. We all got something. And this is the thing that I want people to understand. You know, like a lot of people are afraid to let their voice be heard. Your voice is just as important as anybody's voice. Don't let anybody get you into this thing, because I notice a lot people will try to, like, you know, say, well, what did you do, brother? Have you been doing? Yo, I'm going to say on the record, and I've said this many times, fuck all that. I don't give a damn what you do. If you are in our community, you don't have to be out here handing out nothing or talking to the home and passing stuff to the homeless and all this stuff. Listen, you have a voice just because you're here.
Right.
Express it.
Exactly.
Because whatever you're going through is something that we are going through as a culture, and you might have other people that's in the same exact situation as you, but they can't talk.
Right.
I agree with that. I mean, I actually tell people, I always get irritated at the fact that some people come out there and say, yeah, this is real talk, but when you hear what they're talking about, it's either devoid of substance or they're full of shit.
Right.
And at best, you can expect someone to be at least 70, 75% about real talk.
Right.
But when, you know, brothers like yourself and legion of others, I give 110%. I'm not going to sugarcoat it for you. I'm not going to tap dance around the truth. It is what it is. Now, if you can't accept it, then keep it pushing, man. I'm not trying to hear your nonsense.
That's right. And I'm going to tell you something, brother. That's one of the reasons why I wanted to open up a forum where people can freely express themselves without all of this bullshit, you know, pretensions. You know, we curse on here if we want to.
Yeah.
You know, express yourself. Say what you got to say, because you are a part of this culture. And what we have too many people out there speaking for us, and I'm not hearing the people, because I'm with the people.
Yeah.
I'm not with no clique. I'm not with no club. I'm not with no group. I'm with the people. So if the people are pissed off, I'm pissed off. If the people have something to say, I want to be the voice that expresses it if they can't do it. But just say what you got to say.
And
we don't get on here and have no faint heart when it comes to this.
And you know what? That's what separates the preachers, the pimps versus the teachers. When you got teachers like our teachers, like Brother Phil Valentine, brothers like Bobby Hemmett, that come before us, they are able to be questioned. You're able to interrupt right in front of what they say. Excuse me, brother, when you said that, what you mean by that? When the last time you interrupted these preachers while they're talking? When the last time even Minister Farrakhan, you know, who I respect his, you know, what he did for us at one point, but when the last time he was able to say, excuse me, Farrakhan, I have a question for you? They're beyond question. You can't talk to these guys. They just want you to sit there in your nice little outfit and listen to them tell you something.
Well, I've done that a number of times where I went straight to the pastor or whoever the leader was, and I've seen, I guess, their entourage, you know, shoot me all daggers and, you know, these visual daggers that make me like, oh, well, what's he doing? You know, who is he? You don't need to know who I am.
Right.
Just understand what I'm going to do, and I'm going straight to the source. And, well, there's a lot of these so-called leaders who will sugarcoat a message in order to get what they need. Just like you said, the whole thing with pimping and hoeing, I see it just about every Sunday, where it's just like that scene where Goldie's in the planetarium and had his hose, you know, just telling them any and everything, like, yeah, you can get a house and a car if you follow me, and I'm like, I can see where you're coming from, because there's more parts of the Bible you're not talking about, or maybe in the Quran. I'm like, give me the whole thing. It's the ugly truth, but it's medicine in the end. That's all I'm saying.
Right. And you see, one of the things that they don't want you to do, and this is what it all boils down to, they can't really give you nothing. Nobody's giving you anything.
Mm-hmm.
It's just like, and I use the analogy of an orange. When people think that when they eat an orange, they're getting vitamin C from the orange, that's a lie.
Right.
There is no vitamin C in the orange. You cannot take an orange cell doesn't go into your body and transform into a human cell. It doesn't go that way. What happens is the properties within that orange, when you eat that orange, stimulates the vitamin C that's already in your body.
Right.
And that's how it works when it comes to this knowledge. When people tell you something that strikes as truth to you, they're helping you remember what you already knew.
Right.
So nobody's giving you anything. And that's what the preacher don't want you to know.
And when are you going to stop uploading yourself? Because what these preachers go into these churches on Sunday, and I strongly suggest do not, unless you are willing to question, or unless you are able to question these preachers, even on something on the Bible. Since he says he's the scholar, he's standing up before you talking the Bible. If you can't question him, you're there to waste time. You're there to be uploaded with his program.
Mm-hmm.
And you've already read the Bible. What story can he tell you in the Bible on Sunday that you have not already heard already?
Right. Well, let's talk about it truthfully and honestly. Let's have an honest discussion about the Job story.
Right.
Let's have an honest discussion about why I have to suffer long.
Yeah. And let's find out how come you're not suffering, preacher. I'm getting ready to, after I finish coming to see you on Sunday, I might get evicted from my apartment. But you seem to be very straight. Can I hold something? Can we hold something?
No, I know exactly what you're talking about. I've always questioned the thing like, okay, if you're talking about an institution of, religious learning and whatnot, why is it that your establishment is maybe in a community where it's all tore up and you don't live near there? Or the same thing where you should never question the pastor, because, we have this. I always wonder where the money was with the never-ending building fund and not one brick is laid. I mean, it's just so much nonsense that goes on there. Like, come on, man. You can tell the kids that story. I see what's going on. Show me something.
You want to see where the money's going? Go to the nearest gas station. Go to the nearest gas station. When you see that Phantom pull up.
Oh yeah, I know. Premium gas is not cheap. Not cheap at all. So I don't know. So I just appreciate and I say out of respect of everyone. I mean, I know we come from all different walks of life. That's why I prefer to listen and not put myself above people. I'm like, look, I'm a common man with extraordinary abilities, just like everyone else. We just have to realize our potential, and that's why, you can do what you want to do. But if you are like-minded and want to be about something, I can learn something from you, and vice versa. I don't become the authority of whatever. So.
Right. That's
why I appreciate shows like this, man. Because I get tired of going to these mediums on Blog Talk Radio, and it's nothing but an audible circle jerk. I don't want to hear it.
Yeah, because what people is doing is, see, I want it to be expressed because people want to run away from pain, they want to run away from anger, and I notice that a lot in the so-called conscious community. Brothers have a problem with Osara Seti, who just comes out and says, "Fuck that, man! I'm getting tired of this bullshit." Oh no, brother, calm down. It's the way that you transmitting your man. Fuck all of that bullshit. Express yourself the way that you want to express it. We all frustrated. Some of us can articulate it, and some of us can break it down with this English that we use. And some of us, it's fuck that on a street level. What, is their voice less authentic because they do that? We need to cut that bullshit out. That's all pretension.
But that goes back to the whole thing. Happening. It goes back to the whole thing. Real recognizes real. Just because you're not out there in front of the camera doing all this charitable stuff. Nito Brown done that nonsense. What happened to him? So the real people who are actually moving and shaking and making things happen, they're not seen. I tell people there's power behind the spotlight. You don't need to sit there and put up a show like, yeah, I'm planting this tree, y'all, and check me out. And then you're sitting there just kicking up with your Hummer, kicking all this dust on the tree while you're rolling out. Quit playing, man.